Okay guys, you join me at the first public charging station here with the Cadillac Lyriq, the 2024 Cadillac Lyriq to be specific here. We are in the dual motor all-wheel drive sport version of the Lyriq, so it's Sport 3. I think we have the trim in this particular one. We're at an Electrify America station, so we're going to try this one out first. Thankfully, we actually got a charge here today. Usually this particular station I typically film videos at is very, very crowded. So let's go plug it in. I think it believes it goes up to 150 kilowatts, so we'll see what speeds we actually get. We're pretty low in the battery pack now. Let's just take a look at that right quick. So here you can see our screen of the Lyriq here, so we can check our energy gauge real quick. We're pretty low. We have 51 miles. I believe it has like really low percentage of charge. We can go over to our infotainment system here, check on our charging. We can charge up to 80%, 85, 90, 100. You can see up to 100, we can get up to around 307 estimated EPA miles. These are EPA miles on here, so I don't know how much we can trust those as being accurate. Some people have seen very varied numbers in the real world. And you can see a bunch of other charging schedule and information here as well, which is nice. Some other settings as well, fast charge preparation. So we could kind of precondition the battery as well if you needed to. I believe if you use the built-in Google navigation system as well, you can actually, it'll show you like your percentage of charge arriving and getting to a different destination as well, which is a nice touch. So that's fun. Over here, we can see we have some other fun information as well as some trip information, really. You can see our efficiency. So it's been around 2.8, 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, the only really way to kind of see your battery percentage I've been seeing to find is if you go into and just turn this off. You have a little gauge there. We can just press it off the vehicle. It'll tell you have 17% standard charge right there. And this cool icon will kind of glow up and down depending on how much state of charge you have. So let's go plug in the Lyriq now and see how this process works. Now our charge port door on the Lyriq is located on the front driver's side up front here. And this charging port door has been a whole hot contender here of a whole bunch of issues. This has been a huge problem with a lot of Lyriq customers actually, but we haven't had an issue so far. I'm going to open it up by pressing this button here. It pops down, makes a not very nice sound. It feels very flimsy, honestly. So I hope they can improve this going down the road, especially for all the GM Ultium products coming. There's really no place to put this either. You kind of just have to like shove it somewhere on the side. And we can start our DC fast charging session here. Hopefully this charger works. Let's plug it in. It is nice and quickly accessible though right here, which is kind of cool. A little bit of a small space, to be completely honest. It is plugged in nice and snug there. So we're connecting to the vehicle right now, 100-ish, not 190 kilowatts. So we'll see if we can reach these 150 kilowatt speeds here. And we're charging. So let's press continue. I just want to see if there's any information coming through this screen right now. Otherwise, we're going to go hop on the interior. So we're at 12 kilowatts, we're ramping up real fast. So this is good. We're at 17% state of charge right now, guys. Pretty low. Let's hop inside, see what's happening on the inside of the Lyriq. So now we're back inside the Lyriq. We've got this huge charging screen that pops up here. And we can see this cool information here. So we're charging, it says 390. Well, this is really interesting. So it goes miles per hour, essentially. So we're 520 miles per hour. We're at 52 miles of range. It says ready in 40 minutes. We can see here we are charging at that 150 kilowatt speeds, which is fantastic. So we're actually getting these good results here, pulling as much as we can out of this charger, which I think is fantastic. And I'll update you guys on what's going on real soon. Okay, guys, I do want to see if the Lyriq turns on and see what happens when you press the start button while we're charging right now. So let's see. I'm going to put it into accessory mode real quick. Press brake to start. So I'm going to start it up. Now we are charging right now. It knows that we're charging. Charge cord has been connected. Super Cruise is starting up and everything. But let's see what it shows us while we are charging. If there's any information somewhere in the Lyriq to see while we're charging information. So we can go to charging. Let's see if it says anything there. Okay, here we go. Fast charging. So we can see 22%. Current range increase rate, and ready in minutes. So I can't really seem to find an area within the Lyriq that shows how much kilowatts we're going in. Actually, oh, it's right here. Look at that. So if I go to the energy gauge, this might be a little bit more visible. That kind of takes up the whole screen. We're charging, it says 146 kilowatts. The EA station saying 155 kilowatts. So I'm not sure if there's a discrepancy there of what's going on between the two charges, but still pretty fast. And it's holding those speeds pretty strong up until, what are we at now? 23% state of charge. We've already almost gained 10% in just like a few minutes, which is really nice. So it says 40 minutes to 80. I don't think I'm going to charge it to 80. We might just go up to 70 for right now, but still pretty impressive for the speeds. And this EA station never works. So I'm actually really impressed that we're having no issues here. Okay, guys, we're back in the Lyriq. It's really has not been that long whatsoever. I think it's only been 29 minutes and we're at 71% state of charge. That's more than enough for me. And you can actually stop it from here, or I think from this charge area as well. So there's a lot of different places we can stop charging. So I'm going to end it here. I don't need to get at 80% right now. I'm going to stop charge from the inside of the Lyriq, stop my current charge, and it just stops like that. You can see it just vehicle has ended charging. Let's go unplug the Lyriq. I'm going to power it off. You can see we have 224 miles of range now, which is pretty decent on estimated. And we should unplug it. It was $35 to charge, which is pretty pricey. Let's unplug this here. Our cord is very hot, actually. You can see these new kind of darker finish caps around the electrified market chargers. Thank you guys for doing that. That really did help, actually. I'm going to put our little plug in here. This needs to be redesigned. I think it's a little bit messy. And close our charge port. No issues there, thank God. Hopping inside, and we can see our results once again. 224 miles now. I'm sorry, $39 on this one. That is a little pricey. We did put in around 65 kilowatts into this battery pack, which is pretty good. We have around 100-ish kilowatt hour battery pack in. All should be set. We can power up the Lyriq now and head out on another trip. You guys join me back in the Cadillac Lyriq, and we're gonna go charge again at a public charging station. This one's actually an Ultium sponsored station, so maybe we'll have some kind of special speeds we'll see on the Lyriq here at EVgo. The only reason I'm charging now, I don't need to charge. We're almost around 50% state of charge. Is we're going on a trip, and I need the range actually. So let's see what we can do. So here on the inside of the Lyriq, you can see we have almost around 50% state of charge, which is fine. I don't really need to charge. I want to though, and I kind of need a little bit more extra range just in case. So what we can do in the climate area here is we can see that we have our charging screen here, and we can see our estimates that's going to happen at each state of charge. We have 80%, 85, 90, and 100. You can see it changes on each percent of state of charge. It's pretty cool. I think we could do up to 85% maybe. 90 is just going to take a little bit too long, I think. And we can go find that DC fast charger. And you can also have preconditioning as well. So we're actually going to use the Cadillac built-in navigation system, and we might as well throw up it on our heads-up display here, our cluster here, which is really cool. And let's put on Google Maps. So this will help us get to a charging station pretty quick, and it will give us some route information as well. So there's actually a hotkey button here for fast chargers and chargers in general, which is pretty cool. And we can filter them from, I think, DC fast chargers as well as fast charger, 50 kilowatts or faster. And it will give you a list of all the chargers in the area. Now, this is funny because, oh, there you go, plug's not compatible. So it actually knows that one will not work there. That's kind of smart. So we're going to go to this one here. So we have super fast and fast charging. So it knows there's 350 kilowatt speeds and 100 kilowatt speed chargers there. We're at 55% state of charge by arrival, and let's press go. And it'll give us the best route to get there. I'm going to turn off the
Cherry Town Road, then
so
turn
look
right
at this.
onto East
Get
Main
ready
Street.
for fast charging. You can plug it at any time. So now it's going to precondition. It already knows that just by doing that through the Google Maps system. So that's actually really intelligent of the Lyriq to be doing this ahead of time, especially through the Google Maps integrated system. So props to Cadillac for getting that right here. And I also like how this projection is here, but you can also actually have Apple Maps thrown up here if you don't want Google Maps. So that's really cool of a feature. So I like they're giving you those choices. So let's head out on this drive and head to this charger. Okay, guys, you can see that we are now charging the Lyriq at this Ultium sponsored EVgo station, which is pretty cool. So I guess Cadillac and the new GM Ultium platform vehicles are encouraging you to charge with EVgo. Now, this is a shared 350 kilowatt unit, so we're being split right now with this Ford Mustang Mach-E right now, which is pretty high in the battery pack, so hopefully it will leave. We'll see a little bit higher numbers, because I know this thing can pull pretty high numbers. We're pulling 104 kilowatts, which actually is really high, I think, for this higher in the battery pack. We're around 53% right now. And I love, again, all of the screens that Cadillac provides you in the Lyriq for charging. It's just really nice information. It's well displayed, I think. This is a cool range figure here, the range increase miles per hour, but I much prefer personally to see my kilowatt number, which you can see still up here in your cluster, which is nice. And if you saw on the first charge we did, you can definitely see some other things. We can play around with these menus here, but this is the first time we did kind of play around with this fast charging preconditioning with the Google Maps system, and it worked really well. So we're actively actually having this customer next to us for EVgo unplug his Mach-E, and I'm expecting to see a jump in the kilowatt speeds on our Lyriq right now. We're going to find out in a second, see if anything changes. So we're at 83 kilowatts right now at around 56% state of charge, and our miles per hour rating as well as our kilowatt rating has not changed just yet. But as I just experienced in the Kia EV9, it takes a little bit of a second and then it just all of a sudden jumps straight up to a higher numbers. But then you have to remember, on charging curves in general in EVs, they tend to kind of fall off a little bit towards lower speeds and higher in the battery pack you go. Though we're not super high, we're almost around 60%. So if there is any change, I will definitely keep you guys updated. Okay guys, here we are here with the Lyriq at this EVgo station. And again, this is an Ultium sponsored station. So I think they partnered with EVgo to kind of build these units up here. And as we can see, these are 350 kilowatt. Well, this particular one is a 350 kilowatt unit. These are two 100 kilowatt units with a whole bunch of different chargers there, as well as a NACS Tesla cable as well, which is pretty nice. And we could just check out, see what's going on with our vehicle right now. The Lyriq, we're at 87 kilowatts at 50% stated charge, dispense 7.2 kilowatt hours, which is pretty nice. All is so well with the Lyriq up here. I haven't really had any charging issues whatsoever with the Lyriq. We had some software glitches though, which I will definitely speak on at my full review. And I think it looks so cool. I got so many looks on the road, and it looks pretty nice. This charger here, especially with an Ultium branded charger as well. Along with the software issues I've had, there really is only one other complaint I have with the Lyriq, and it's this charge port situation is just so funky. I don't mind the location of the charger. I think it's fine. It's just the door is a little flimsy feeling, and they didn't really engineer a space to put the cover for when you're CCS fast charging, which I seems a little bit like an afterthought to me. Every single EV has like a little place where you can hang this thing. Unless I'm like going crazy and I don't know, unless there is somewhere to put it, I don't really know, but I can't seem to find anywhere to put it. Anywhere. They should have just like put it on that side, this little cord, and you could just shove it into like a hole they could like put in right there. But right now it's just hanging along over here. It just looks a little unfinished. I guess you could keep it like this though, and I guess that kind of works, but I don't know. It just doesn't look right for an $80,000 car. Oh, okay guys, we just got to an 80% stated charge, which I think is more than enough for what I need for today. Let's stop our charge, end session, end session, end session. And we are a go. Sound like the charger disconnected here. Pull this guy out and I'll pop it back into its place properly, because this one is still the story for months and months and months. I've been using this now. All right, let's close up our charge port door here, which is I still am not a fan of. Oh, it's so strange. Okay, and then we can just close this up here. Awesome, and I hope it will get a little bit of a summary of what happened here. Final cost unavailable. I'll see if it throws up on my app. We have 32 kilowatts dispense, took 22 minutes, 80% state of charge from around 50. Now this vehicle is going to be a lot quicker to charge at the lower end of the battery pack versus higher end of the battery pack. Just because of how the charging curve is on the Lyriq. It's really not honestly super strong. It's okay. But as you can see here, 251 miles of range as quoted here on the Lyriq. So let's hop out back on a drive.